We're sowing tender vegetables today on Pots and Trowels, and that's brought to you with the support of Cobra Garden and King Seeds. Hello and welcome to Pots and Trowels, where I've come in the greenhouse today to sow some tender vegetables. And they're vegetables that need a little bit of protection from cold weather. And although probably in very mild parts of the country you can be sowing these outdoors at this time of the year, and we're coming up now towards the end of April. Where we are in Lincolnshire, it's still too cold to put these vegetables outside. It would be too much of a shock for them, and it's just going to delay the germination. So what I like to do is to start them off in containers, trays and pots first, so that we've got a really strong plant to put in the garden, usually about the end of May when the danger of frost has gone, because these will all be killed by frost. And we're looking at things like all the beans, so lovely runner beans. This is one that we grow, Firestorm, and French beans, dwarf and climbing types have been there. So I will start those off about now. It gives them about 5 weeks to grow, and then other tender vegetables that like that little start, things like courgettes. Again, don't start them too early. If you look at the packet, it tells us we can sow April to June. So we've got loads and loads of time to be sowing these, and the lovely sweet corn we're going to try this year. And this is a variety we've not grown before called Goldcrest, which I'm told is very good. So I start them off in trays. Now, very often I use this type of plug tray, these cell trays, the sort that you buy bedding plants in. So, I've been using some of these for years and years. Just give them a wash and a brush out and they'll keep going. These are perfect. The great thing is with using this type of container is you get no root disturbance when you take the plants out to put them in the garden at the end of May. Sometimes I start them off in small pots. Sometimes that's a good idea. If you've got a fairly vigorous growing plant, you could do courgettes, for example, in a pot like this, or runner beans, 2 beans in there, and you'll get good, strong plants. And the other way is I like to use these fibre pots. And these are made from recycled cardboard, just a nice small pot. The problem is when they get wet, they get really squodgy and they're difficult to hold. You don't take the plant out when you put them in the garden, you plant the whole thing and this rots away. So to hold them together while the plants are growing, I, again, use them in one of these trays, put them in there, it just holds them together. And then when we take the plant out, we have to be a bit careful because they get a bit squashy, but then we can plant it into the garden. So what we're going to do is to put the squashes, the butternut squash in there. Now, last year we had fantastic results. We did 3 plants and I think we got 22, 23 butternut squashes off those plants. So we're going to have another go this year. So what I've done is I've got my multi-purpose compost there that I've mixed nice and finely to break it up and get rid of any lumps in there, gets a bit more air into it. And then what I'm going to do is just grab my dibber, is I'm going to make a hole. Now, there's about 15 seeds in here. You can keep them from one year to the next if you keep them really cool. So option is, depending how many plants you want, we probably only need 3 or 4 plants. So I'm going to sow 6. So I'm going to put just 1 seed in each pot. But if you've got lots of seed, you could sow 2 and then thin them out, take the weakest one out. But normally you get fairly good germination. So here's the seed. So it's quite a big seed, easy to handle. Made a hole in there, probably about, getting on for almost 1 centimetre deep, a couple of centimetres probably. And then I'm going to get the seed and just drop it in like that. Okay, now they always say with this family, these are the cucurbit family, all members of the cucumber family. So that's courgettes, cucumbers, squashes. Try and sow them on their side if you can. It just lets the water bypass them and they don't get too wet and rot. But hopefully in a nice open compost like this, they will be absolutely fine. So I am going to seal those up. And if you want to keep your seeds for another year, the secret is seal them back in the container, put them somewhere really, really cool. Don't leave them on the greenhouse shelf or they'll cook. Ideally, put them in the salad drawer of the fridge in a little container, and that just keeps them fresh and keeps the viability there. So just fingers just to cover those over like that. So it's very, very quick and easy to do. And then I've already written a label out somewhere here, butternut squash. So that's the butternut squash is sown. With the sweet corn, I'm going to use a 12 cell tray like this. You could use a 9 if you wanted, but I've always used these and it gets a lovely strong plant in them. So with this one, it's just, again, the compost, nice and friable. That's the secret. We don't want really lumpy compost. If you've got a compost you find that stays quite wet, you can always mix a little bit of perlite with it. That just lets a little bit more air into it. So I'm just covering that over like that. And then again, give it a tap so it settles. We don't want to compact it. We want those air spaces. That is vital that we've got air in there. And again, I'm just going to make a hole with my finger or a dibber about maybe 1.5 centimetres deep. Remember, all the instructions are always on the back of the packet anyway. And as we can see, these need a temperature of around 21 degrees, hence the reason we're not putting them outside in the garden. They're going to be here in the greenhouse. No heat on in here, but it gets lovely and warm with a bit of sunshine. These are always quite dried seeds, so don't worry if you think they look like you can make popcorn out of them. And what I'm going to do with these is put a couple of seeds into each one. So just drop a couple of seeds in. So it's, and that again allows for the odd one not germinating. We can always thin them out, or we can plant them as they are. It won't really matter with sweet corn. So I need just a couple more seeds to fill these over. So that is it. It really is as simple as that. And then a bit of compost on just to fill in those holes. Nice and level. I do like the seed trays to be level and tidy when I've finished. And then again, a label there, and I haven't written it, so we'll write on there quickly, sweet corn, and the variety is Goldcrest, which is an F1 hybrid as well. So it should have plenty of vigour and grow well. And then I'm going to put those just over on the bench and give them a drink. I'm just popping them on this heated sand bench. Don't worry if you haven't got a propagator or a heated bench. You know, in a cold greenhouse at this time of the year, they should be absolutely fine. We get enough warmth in the day and the greenhouse will hold the heat overnight. You could also start them off on a windowsill, and as soon as they start to germinate, you need to take them out to give them more light. Otherwise they get torn and leggy, and then they can go in a cold frame, or if you've got a cold greenhouse. So this time of the year is perfect for sowing them. So all I need to do now is just to finish them off, just give them a drink. I've got a nice fine rose on the end of this little watering can. We don't want to wash the compost around, so it's just a soak just to moisten that compost. Don't overwater them afterwards. Don't keep thinking every day I've got to give them a drop more water. And check your compost. Sometimes, especially with the peat-free composts, they will look dry on the surface, but there's moisture below, and it's the temptation is to give them more and more water, and then they'll get too wet and they'll rot. So I can usually tell by the weight. That feels quite heavy now it's been watered. If it were very light, it might be an indicator it needs watering, but don't be worried, just have a little scratch to see what state the compost in. So moist, but not wet. And then we just got to wait for those seedlings to appear. We'll be back again next week, so we'll see you then. Bye.